This is a really important ballet because it is the first full-length original work that the company created. This was the first time we took a story which existed and the music which existed, but then made it into something that had never been before, which was a ballet. So it was a really big step forward for the company, and from all accounts on opening night, the curtain went down and it was like just a huge, huge success.
Bobby Helpman was such a visionary. So with Bobby having the vision and then Ronald Hine being the choreographer, he knew what Sir Robert had in his mind. And because he was so good at what he did and he was so musical and he had a great sense of humour, he was able to blend the choreography that he wanted with beauty, with enough technique to tell the story. And because he had such a great sense of humour, and so did Bobby Helpman, they were able to bring that part into the storytelling, which is what helps to make the ballet such a favourite. So you've got the humour, you've got the technique, you've got a lot of waltzing, but it all comes together to tell the story, and it tells the story very, very well, which is then complemented by Jack Lansbury's wonderful arrangement of the music and Desmond Healy's fantastic designs.
There's a wonderful history of great artists having played these roles for the first time, and I know that Marilyn Rowe and John Meehan danced in the world premiere of this ballet and were iconic, and still are iconic in those roles.
Remembering all the principal artists and people who've done these roles before, it's like, the who's who of Australian ballet and international ballet, with Margot Fontaine guesting with the company. So I think it is an honour getting to dance these roles and sort of being part of that tradition that continues and hopefully will continue for many more years.
When you've created a role, I've said this so often, something of you remains in that work always, which is why it was so wonderful to me to be able to work with the current principal dancers and pass on my knowledge and the story, which sometimes can get lost over the years, is the detail of how to project the story and tell the story. It's not just about the dancing.
Sometimes it wasn't even what she said, it was just she'd sort of step into the character and you could just look at her eyes and see exactly what was meant to be said. And I think you can't beat having someone who was there at the beginning.
Yeah, it was created on Marilyn Rowe.
Yeah, it's her, so that was really, really special.
Yeah, and it's still in her, like she would just come alive with these moments, and you could see exactly, when it was created in 1975, and to see it now, it's still a part of her. And I think like this ballet is, Marilyn Rowe, so it's to be able to, keep that essence alive is really special.
I also think that each dancer that moves into these roles is very aware of the artists that have gone before them. So there's a sense, in a way, of taking on that mantle and that responsibility to take it forward, even to the point that, I know that when I danced the role, I think I was wearing John Meehan's shoes, and I think that Kevin Jackson now is wearing my shoes. So it's a lovely way of continuing a tradition. We're passionate about this ballet because it kind of, we don't own it, I think, but we do. There's a kind of a sense of identity with the Australian Ballet that aligns with the Merry Widow. It is a ballet that, it's so lovable, and it's really important for each generation of the Australian Ballet to have a relationship with this ballet because it's so important to our history. But I think it's really just that it's the sum of its parts. It's an extraordinary amalgam of design, music, choreography, storytelling, and great dancing to just be a sheer joy, and as I say, we're so proud of it.
And it's a ballet with humour, glamour and romance. You can't get much better than that.